while for waiting. I just finished off dinner. Ugh. Grab controller as I do. Mom did up a Rogan Josh. It was alright. It wasn't bad. It was just a little oily. As you finished it off. But hey, it's Saturday. And last we left off, Kazuma was discovered fucking dead. And Ryunosuke is the prime suspect of the murder, even though it is clear that he did not do it. So we gotta innocence him all over again. Investigation part 2! Commence! The SS Boria first-class cabin passageway. I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that. I wish we'd managed to find some clues to what that speckled band might be. We didn't manage to investigate at all. No. In fact, I think if I tried, the person inside would have stopped us first. And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door. Heavy. Hi! Evelyn Jacob 77. Welcome to my chat! I hope you like the Great Ace Attorney and funny voices. Cause that is this. Hope you have a good time. He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. But wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? What great detective? Yes! He's completely disappeared. When did he do that? How am I doing? Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's a bit warm tonight. Like it rained earlier, so it's just really humid. And because I just had curry for dinner, like Rega Josh, so I'm a bit heated. Or like I've had to take off like my jumper because it's that warm. He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. Yes. I wonder what they want us to... Oh, I can look at that door. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin. Not our cabin, it's Kazuma-sama's. Sorry? Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. Blech. Anyway. I wonder if Inspector Hosanaga's managed to uncover any new clues. Oh, there we go. Yes, we should probably find him and ask. Hell yeah. Let's go. The passageway adjoining the first class cabins is first class as well, it seems. What am I playing? This is The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. The first one, which is called... What's the subtitle for it? Adventures, I think. And then the second one's called Resolve. The subtitle, Resolve. We're solving a murder mystery. In the middle of 1899 era ocean. Because we're on a boat on our way from Japan to England. It looks like they're still investigating in here. Yes. On that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosanaga's unscathed. What do you mean, unscathed? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? That's right. He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you. He did say that. Last week, in fact. Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. Of course. There he is. Inspector Hosonaga. Oh! You're back. Inspector, what did they do to you? Inspector! What happened to you? Your face is... Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. Are you sure? Made by a bear, maybe? When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then toss me overboard. I see he's succeeded step 1. What? But the pummeling was over in a flash and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing really. My dude, my man, my guy! It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Well, thanks to your efforts, we know little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, so I understand. Oh? Oh? Mention? Yes? What's up? Oh? I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. What's up? Why you ping me, huh? What's going on? I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was German, though. Hmm? Did you miss me answer your question earlier? That explains it. I'll say again, this is the Great Ace Attorney the Great Ace Attorney Crocodiles. Yeah, that's it. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It is the prequel to the Ace Attorney series. Featuring Phoenix Wright's great. Oh wait, no. How many greats are there? Probably great grandfather Ryunosuke. Naruhodo. Shall we compare notes then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. So yeah, on our boat ride to England, Ryunosuke's best friend, Kazuma, died. And we were found, Ryunosuke was found unconscious in this wardrobe here. And now we have to prove that we were not... we have to prove that Ryunosuke was not the murderer, is what's going on here. Let's do it. Tell us about the cabin next door. Oh, wait. We're telling Hosonaga about the cabin next door. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door? Oh, do you know who she is? Please. What self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel? Oh. Man of culture. Whoops. I think I upset him there. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least. Oh? How? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? What do we do in the game? We solve murder mysteries. Basically, we investigate scenes, we talk to characters, and then we show them items to explain our like lines of logic. Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Yeah, right now we're in the investigation portion. Oh, whoops. Now I've definitely upset him. Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more that I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. There is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh? What? Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please. Nope. 1 second. Once this plane goes over. Another heavy one. Actually, this past week, I've been hearing the army do, like, weapons drills, training. Because you could, in the middle of the night, sometimes I just hear this, like, faint, like, almost like fireworks or firecrackers. It took me a minute to realize that it was the local army dudes. New information. So what's this new information you have, Inspector? It's this. The Burya's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report. Kazuma-sama. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written on the report. His neck was broken. Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing's been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see. All body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. I know this. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left. Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. Inspector Hosonaga trusts us. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Ah. Susato? Cervical spine injury. No traces of external injury or poison. So now we know what the victim's cause of death was. Well, actually, we can also look at evidence a lot more closely. Okay, time of death, sometime between 1 AM and a little past 2 AM. It's not a big window of time, but it's enough, I think, to be not clear. Damage to the cervical vertebrae. Victim's neck almost certainly broken as a result of a strong blow to area. No obvious external injury or traces of poison. Yes. Alright. The other detective, where did he go? Mr. Sholmes was here, was he? Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. "It's shoe polish!" was all he said. Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. Oh, I know exactly what he meant, actually. It was when he was over there by the piece of broken glass. Do you see? Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think? Ah, yes, that must be it. But how can Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. He didn't lick it, did he? What is it, Susato-san? Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue. Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then. What would you say? Maroon, I guess? But not even... Maybe not burgundy. Burgundy's a bit too red, I think. Yes, a little like the colour of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him. Oh, so actually, yes, but yes, burgundy, perhaps. Oh, does this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed on the floor? Ooh. Perhaps. Nope. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you. Poor Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh, no. Well... What? I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. He was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. A heavy head? That's interesting. My head's still throbbing too. This again, I think.
It really is such a beautiful color, this glass.
It looks like whatever it was has broken clean in two, but the other half's nowhere to be seen.
And then there's the brick-colored mark.
Which is shoe polish, according to that great detective you seem to know all about.
I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoes.
Maybe, but what I'd like to know is, how can the detective be so sure that it's shoe polish and... Excuse me, not something else?
Because he's a great detective, of course.
That's hardly a reason, is it? All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin, neatly arranged on the shelf.
They were all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember.
Oh yes, and you tidied them up, didn't you? Excuse me, sorry.
You have to look after the ship's property. Unruly behavior in the cabins leads to damage.
But it really wasn't me who knocked them over.
Well, anyway, I feel much better now they're neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are untidy.
Fascinating. So it's clear that these letters were written with the ink somehow spilt on the floor. And they spelled the Russian word for wardrobe.
Yes,
garderobe.
It does seem to be an unambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo-san. As you were sleeping in there.
But to be truly unambiguous, it should have just spelt out my name, don't you think?
Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words, or word, in Russian.
Which begs the question of who did write it. Yes. This is where Kazuma-sama... Oh, whoops! This is where Kazuma spent his final moments, writing his diary. 1:23 a.m. I hear a faint whistling sound. A faint whistling sound, perhaps not unlike this.
"1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator's grill.
Looking at his writing here on this page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone.
Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue in these words. I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san.
We will. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm yawning like nothing else, and I already feel lightheaded. I haven't even made myself, laugh really hard yet. You! Where did you go?
Oh, sorry. I just went to the next door cabin to
Why? Who gave you permission for this?
Well,
Seaman Hosonaga did. Huh. That new Japanese, was it? Later I will roll him into ball and throw him in cold room. Oh, he's gone back to guarding the door.
I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account.
He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? Sorry. When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at Le Carnaval.
That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san.
Indeed. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria.
Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
So by bringing her pet on board, Miss Pavlova has broken the rules.
She called it her friend, didn't she?
Yes, although we don't know what form this friend takes as yet.
I'm almost certain that whatever it is, it's inside that traveling case in her cabin.
A friend. There's more to this than it seems, I think.
Anything else that can be looked at again?
No.
Doesn't seem like it. Everything else has a tick. Or has been ticked up. Oh wait. The grill!
So, this ventilator joins to Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Yes, that's right.
And just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it. The Speckled Band, as he described it.
If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it, but she seemed as baffled as we were.
Yes. I wonder if she's telling us everything, though.
I'm not sure.
I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. That's everything, I guess.
I forget. What was the situation here exactly? Ah! Look, Naruhodo-san.
Seaman Stroganoff has gone. Strong enough?
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us.
All these Russian names are impossible to remember. Impossible to remember? Stroganov? Oh, Rinosuke.
Tra-la-la.
Oops. Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing. Tra-la-la, li-ra-li-ra-lay. Oh, I did it the great detective way.
This caroling. I know that lark-like voice.
Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate.
Definitely, before that stringy knot crewman comes back.
It's Stroganov, not Stringy Knot. In we go! Cabin number 2. First class.
Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Susato-san. Where's she gone? Hey! What are you doing? Those are her private things. And you told me not to read Kazuma's diary before.
There's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can.
I suppose you're right. For Kazuma's sake.
Not just for Kazuma-sama.
What do you mean?
It can't be long now until we arrive at port, in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to.
Yes, we will.
All right.
We can look again. We can look, I should say. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin door has. If the bolt's drawn across, there's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside.
Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it?
No, and the door's made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. You'd need a very, very strong magnet for that, I think.
And it seals up perfectly too, to stop any seawater coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through a crack around the closed door either.
I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors, so I'm starting to see why they suspect me. Poor Ryunosuke. Duffel bag, clothes.
Naruhodo-san, are you here? Are you there?
Sorry? I'm right here, yes. Why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into that wardrobe while I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes.
I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. We have a vent
Up here as well.
This ventilator connects to Kazuma's cabin next door. Yes, although...
What a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room.
Maybe... It's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm?
Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning.
That is a possibility. Anyway, last night, Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. What could it mean? There's one of these next to the bed in Kazuma's cabin, too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist.
Ring ding! She barely hesitated there, and she gave it a good tug, too.
No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come.
We don't want them to! We're trying to investigate his secret!
Bed. Alright, duffel bag. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Oh. Really? That's not investigatable? Alright. All the books have toppled over together, look. Every single one. And the little trophy, the little statuette. Figure. Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though.
It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door.
In Kazuma's cabin. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase.
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company?
Alright then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage.
Not everything bad that happens on this ship is because of me, you know.
Cut me some slack. Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here too. I don't like seeing things in disarray.
Yeah.
Oh my! Miss Pavlova's case is open.
It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there. Oh, please don't call it that, Rinosuke. Please don't say she was hiding her special friend anywhere.
Yes.
A friend that she had to keep secret. Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Buria. I wonder what kind of animals she had in there. Oh, my head. And more to the point, where is it now? I was half expecting to find Herlock Sholmes just up on the wall somewhere here.
I suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket.
Shall we have a little look and see what's been thrown away?
Naruhodo-san. It's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know?
Ah, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now.
However, these are special circumstances, I think.
Exactly. We have no choice. There's hardly anything in here at all.
Oh, well, that's a little disappointing.
There are just a few books on this desk, and nothing else by the look of it.
Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read.
Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian.
Thanks, I think I probably already knew that.
It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhodo-san. Kindly remember that. What's this? I wonder what this little saucer's doing on the floor.
Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately.
Do you think?
I like to think I do. Yeah.
Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here?
Oh. What? A leak?
Is this ship quite safe?
I'm sure that even if there is a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship's going to sink.
No, you're right. Of course you're right.
She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she? Oh, I do not feel well right now. I feel really breathless, like... And... pins and needles.
Alanix, how you going? It would seem this teapot's empty.
So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are very thirsty people. Ryunosuke?
Or because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night, she hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either.
It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it. Oh, Ryunosuke.
You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, boy.
I think that's everything in here aside from this.
Ah, yes. The rules of passage, they're displayed in this cabin too, look. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects. Pets also strictly forbidden.
I suppose Miss Pavlova realized she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean.
I wonder where her friend has disappeared off to now.
You have a confession, Alanix. What is it?
It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I'd imagine.
You a Spider-Man?
How do you know? Have you been bitten by a radioactive spider? Or are you perhaps a spider who has been bitten by a radioactive human? I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard. Oh yes, so do I. So my second guess was correct. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh. I need a moment. I need to... I'm really dizzy. Oh my goodness. Give me a minute, I'll be back.
Yup. Alright, I turn on my air conditioner to cool down my room, because I think that's what's getting to me, is the humidity and the heat. Also, welcome to my chat and stream, Shouhao no Saku. No wait, Shouhao son Saku. Why? But what do you mean I'm so bad? What did they mean by that? I also grabbed myself some chocolate just in case I was, what's the word? A little low on blood sugar. Because I I kinda had to skip lunch earlier today because my mum and I we made a horrible discovery in the kitchen earlier this afternoon, and oh, it was not good. Ah, it's Mr. Sholmes, look. Wow. You never know where he's going to turn up next, do you? He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. Tra-la-la-lee-la-lee-la-lay, I did it the great detective way. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us? Great question. Or he's simply in extremely high spirits. Or he's got his blinkers on. Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky her luck was about. Excuse me. I solved it all, and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. I don't know how my way goes. I just know that one, that's just the one bit. Mr. Sholmes! Ah! What is it? You want to fight? Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing? Now it's just about to reach the climactic finish. Oh, I love this animation. Because it's like a reference to a very specific Sherlock Holmes adaptation. I'm trying to think which one it was. Sorry, I thought you weren't going to stop, so I figured now was as good a time as any. I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Alright, I get the picture. Now, could you put those fists away? Please. Mr. Sholmes, you seemed to be examining something before we interrupted you. Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in study of the ship's log, as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here. Oh yes, the ship's log. And did you find out anything useful from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so... Oh, you truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Sorry? Okay. Sorry. Your logic, my boy, is inverted. What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Observe the other pages and all shall become clear.
Ow.
It would seem... Sorry. The same crewman oft stands sentry in this first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour.
Oh. He writes that in every 30 minutes. Nothing to report. Ijo nashi.
Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes, nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write... oops.
The ship's log from last night's largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Do you mean?
Yes. There were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post. I swear I'm an adult, I swear. I'm mature. So mature.
What kind of circumstances? What happened?
That remains a mystery for now. But we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file.
Ship's log in court record.
The irony being we are nowhere near a courthouse. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. Aside from a song by Frank Sinatra. What makes Sholmes Sholmes? Brilliance. Oh, ouch!
Oh no! What's the matter?
What is it? Are you hurt? Don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more?
Well.
Well, my friends, until our next encounter.
Okay, bye.
He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought.
It's just... well, I feel the same.
Sorry?
Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing.
Oh, you too?
Isn't that fascinating? Is there anything else we can look at while we're here? The door? That door leads to the second class area.
It's locked, I can't open it.
Oh, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape.
Gosh. She gave me a very stern look when she said that. Alert! Shut down the engines immediately! Vessel sighted a quarter-mile fore! Full stop! Hard to starboard! All hands brace for impact! What the? Oh, I should have done my thing. Oh well, it's fine.
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
What?
No, I can't stand.
Susato-san, hold him to me! Ah! Susato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
Ow! It looks like we avoided a collision.
I think.
Yes, the ship's come to a stop.
Oh my goodness. What about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosonaga.
Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly! What? The bolt!
Isn't that fascinating? Look at that!
The door's bolted! Did you do that, Susato-san?
No, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before, again.
Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in?
I'm a bit tied up. I better tidy this place up first. Our violent emergency stopped. Had solved one mystery at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. One moment, I'll finish off this chocolate. And that way I don't end up choking on my food. Or my saliva. Though that's always a non-zero chance of happening. Somehow the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Susato-san took a deep breath and gently slid back the bolt.
Nicolina! Nina!
You! What you are doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Ah, you both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh? How did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. Exclamation mark lurk. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere. This first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment.
Oh, I see.
Someone triggered the alarm.
Does that mean...
that someone pressed that button outside?
Ah! You wicked intruder, dressed all in black. You are the devil.
Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil's a first.
You opened my traveling case. How could you?
What? No, we didn't touch it.
That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector!
Yes?
Arrest this man! I know he did it! He is a criminal! Isn't that enough that he has killed a man?
And he is stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe?
Take him away. He's a trespasser, as well as everything else.
Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right. You are devil. God. Give him a minute to breathe. It doesn't look good, does it? There is a cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Ow. Then we give you straight to police.
Wait, a cell? Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do?
This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options.
This is terrible.
This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately.
Miss Pavlova, can I... Get out!
Listen, I'm sorry that we snuck in here without your permission, but...
Get out now!
We just needed to investigate to help understand what...
Is that Dos Vidania that she's saying?
No use, she's not going to listen. That's the other phrase I remember from Anastasia, the animated film. Heavy? Please, just give me a little more time. I do nothing for you. Except show your way to ship's prison cell. Oh, thanks, but no thanks. I'm innocent. I didn't kill anyone. And trespassing and stowing away? Well, you know, sometimes life can lead you down some unusual avenues and, well... Enough. You are guilty. Ship's cell is only place fit for you. Oh, come on, there has to be someone. Some savior to rescue me from this crisis. I may not be a religious man, but if you're up there, Superman, you've got yourself into a difficult situation here. Entering this cabin uninvited, I mean. Sorry, I was just so desperate to find a clue. I'm afraid there's really nothing more I can do to help you. If I push my luck any further, a punch to the face will be the least of my worries. I'm really sorry. Yeah, God forbid Hosonaga gets himself keelhauled. I have to take responsibility for giving you the freedom to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. Now this has happened, I'll have to report to the captain at once. I really need some help here. I need a savior to rescue me from this crisis. Who will save us now? If only there was someone who could help us. Oh, if only. Could you imagine? No, I don't think there's anyone that can. What the? What's you doing up there? Calisthenics. Mr. Sholmes! Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no. Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. I never know whether to take this man seriously or not.
Hello, Senorita Iska. Hello, Elvistek. How you doing?
You again, the great detective. Ah, Inspector. I confess, I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Burya, has been solved. By me, naturally. What? You're fighting with a cat that entered your house to eat your cat food? Oh no! Do you get many stray cats in your area?
Really?
Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other no other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
Oh boy.
You have solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. Oh, it's a neighbor's cat. A stray cat you would feed no problems. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, it's a problem when neighbors don't actually take proper care of their cats. We all knew who was responsible for killing Stormed Boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is the stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it.
I didn't do it!
The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who is inside the cabin.
Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
Nah, locked room!
There, it is point! The room was locked.
Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all.
What?
Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin, despite the bolted door. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man! The ventilator? Ha 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 ha! You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole.
That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks.
You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening. It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Precisely, my dear madame. But what does it mean? What is the speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
He's getting out all his nervous energy.
There's a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold!
Yeah! What the? What is it? Sneak! It's Sneak! Oh my goodness!
Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The Speckled Band.
Would I call that speckled? Stripy, yes.
Unless he's referring to how the scales glint, that is kind of speckly.
A snake!
Indubitably. That's not a chicken!
You like snakes? They're so cute. They are cute! I love the shovel... What is it? The hognose snake. The one that uses its nose to dig in sand. They are so cute. Mr. Sholmes, just one thing.
Pray, what troubles you?
Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say?
Hmm?
Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you?
You both see and observe, with distinction. However, do you not think that it is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall?
But also, I love the fact that this snake in particular, they made it look so peaceful and friendly. My goodness, really? It's a trap? How exactly?
I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova?
I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me.
There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life.
No!
She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again.
Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head.
This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi?
It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head.
I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck.
Long friend!
So, everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. The game is afoot. Intruder's identity. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing's nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain.
What?
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected. Another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band.
Oh, it's not actually bearing its fangs.
In that animation.
Snake is angry.
Yes. He's mad because Sholmes is getting it wrong. I think most snakes, when they're trying to threaten someone, they try not to bare their fangs because I think that stimulates the venom glands more than necessary. I just also like the the victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
No! Don't look at me! This has nothing to do with any of this!
Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you were trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's soft skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No?
I don't think so. I don't know what you're talking about.
Last night, through the ventilator invisible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. I did hiccup, yes. I had a curry dinner just before I started the stream. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. I don't think that's it. A snake so dreadful we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Sure. Alright, what's your next issue? How Mr. Asogi died. Moving along, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Well, we know that's wrong. Now, if we take that as a fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no. Could there be?
Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost, but not quite imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of that snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend.
This makes no sense.
There's no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt.
You don't.
It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? A sound you'd used to train your serpent friend.
To train?
Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared to not have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training?
It's not true.
Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the Speckled Band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. Oh, I assure you it's very fallible. Because we're about to correct you. This thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of the Speckled Band. Blech. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. The dead is the past Phoenix? No, we're playing as the past Phoenix. Kazuma was his best friend. There on the floor, you'll observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is key to training any creature. Incredible. You've solved the mystery. Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Sherlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. And perhaps one right hand.
Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes?
But of course. What's on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly. Both loudly and proudly.
Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madame.
And reptiles. Don't drink milk.
Ah,
It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
no matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears.
Ah?
Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal to a snake through whistling.
But madame, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute?
I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements.
Probably. Their music probably has, because snakes hear through vibrations that they feel. That's by technicality how they sense sound. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless! Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes!
There is one other thing.
You have more?
Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins.
Well, then it should try harder.
Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this.
He's so crestfallen.
I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, you don't mean...
Yes. We need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming.
Alright, let's give it a try.
Ah, just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, right.
So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again. What?
You've done it again! Your handcuffs are gone! Again!
Where'd they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work's done. I really wish you'd leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. This alleged beloved speckled snake. Miss Pavlova, you claimed his death has nothing to do with me. You cannot deceive yourself. When you recall those horrid events, your aching heart seals with smarts with pain. She does have a pained expression on her face.
Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then?
Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova.
So aching heart, right ear.
She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells.
Oh, what's that? There's something attached to her ear.
Ah, I expect that's what's called an earring. It's a little piece of jewelry.
An earring, is it?
Earring.
It really is tiny.
Perhaps part of it's missing. Maybe it broke off? So now all that's left is the clasp part that attaches to the ear.
If that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken. Oh, I see that. Let's have a look at her other ear. What's that? Something dangling from her ear.
Ah, that's an earring. The crescent moon part looks as though it's made from wood. It's charming, isn't it?
Women do seem to love adornments like that.
And men.
And otherwise. And her hair around their necks. On their fingers, even hanging from their ears, it seems.
Well, jewelry is beautiful, Naruhodo-san. You should try wearing some sometime.
Alright, now for the actual claw scratch.
Naruhodo-san, look! That looks like a very painful wound.
It looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal. And fairly recently, too.
Whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here.
But it is.
Yes!
What's causing her pain? Yes, when you can recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed. And simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh.
Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Sometime last night? When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I'm sad, the pain from this wound is worse.
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without a doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us.
Except that's not the case. It seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow.
Well then. If that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers?
We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer.
Sorry, I had to rub my eyes just a little bit. Photo frame.
A kitty!
Look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away.
She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Yes, that's true, but personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Creature! Maybe we better take a closer look at this.
A kitty?
Look at that little cat Miss Pavlova's cuddling here.
Oh, what a cute little kitten.
It could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san? For the blackest outfit. A black kitten. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it.
Yes!
Yes! Little kitty.
Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear.
Oh no.
The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you?
Ah! Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind.
Darko would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. Russian blues are beautiful cats. I used to know someone who had a Russian blue. She was a beautiful cat. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a Speckled Band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you're trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's soft skin.
Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
If she just left it in her pocket, no one would ever have known.
Oh yes, boys like that are Mr. Sholmes' speciality. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
I thought deduction was his speciality. Or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too.
Anyway, I I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Soft skin? We can look at it. Well, it is speckled and it is a band, but... what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort.
Oh, it's a kitty toy.
That looks like a handle at one end.
I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort's common in the West, apparently.
How's that a toy for cats?
Cats like to chase the band around and pull at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them and they pounce to catch it.
That sounds positively adorable.
Cat's toy.
Yes!
Yes! Hi!
Yes, the thing you are trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy. Precisely. And the true nature of the now infamous Speckled Band.
Ah!
And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume? Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Ah! In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka.
Yeah!
A truly troublesome feline, young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged, once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova.
It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty. Beloved kitten.
Solved. Now for how Mr. Sogi died. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom.
What Mr. Sholmes says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body.
That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Excuse me. Kazuma wasn't poisoned.
Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Yes!
The post-mortem report. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Ah, yes. I knew it was one or the other.
His necklace?
Indeed. The breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganov isn't some immortal freak, you know. Well, the jury's out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact... Yeah, we can't say that Mr. Stroganov is anything like Koshai the Deathless. We can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no. Could there be?
Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something, or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably, Daka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow.
I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly.
Like, it sounds absurd, but it does happen.
It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident.
I one time fell down my back stairs and hit my chin very hard on the floor. Or on the pavement. Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? Yes. Though I will say, I love these what are they called? Spats? They look cool as hell.
Yes!
The mark on the floor. Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish.
Shoe polish?
Indeed. Positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now, as a matter of course. Oh, he did not lick the shoe polish. Very good. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped.
Please, no.
And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Immovable, I should say. Immovable. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life.
No! I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now, your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more?
Yeah, it happens.
It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
But
And if this part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. I have an idea.
This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them.
But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, what's that?
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Yes!
Yes! Hi!
That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Osogi's cabin. As you can see, excuse me, the two pieces fit together perfectly.
Oh no!
So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object which was... Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin?
Yeah!
You are well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? I don't know, and that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Tell him, Makoto. Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be...
Yes!
This! This!
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Daka's collar, the very glass bell in question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble? Your absent feline friend, Daka.
Couldn't. Oh, Grimsby, you woke up so late.
Good morning, afternoon, evening.
I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry.
Death by tripping over a cat. When you put it like that, it just sounds so... unceremonious. Man. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? So how am I?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
I got a bit dizzy earlier. I had to turn on my air conditioner because it was super warm. Tell us exactly what happened last night. But I think I'm doing okay now. At the very least, I'm pretty sure I'm almost at the end of this case.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka. So I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
She was so fast. She disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it.
Yes. And I had read the, rules on the wall. I knew that I will not allow Darka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping.
So at that point you thought it safe to try to lure the kitten back again? By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin.
Darka always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return.
Ah, so the faint whistling sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. This is true.
Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she calmed down. But then... Meow! I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then... It was such a dreadful bang. And then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Kazuma was... From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Burya is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards?
In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
And yet Darka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she's disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself at least.
When I woke this morning, I heard that the young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back.
Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? Yeah, what about the snake? You're right, where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it and where'd it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board this ship? He's trying to pet it. What, I did not say? Snake is my friend. His name is Piroshko. What? 1 second.
There we go. It was just my mom telling me goodnight. I also took the moment to get my lamp in order. Well, speaking of my mom, she's going on a road trip with one of her friends tomorrow morning. She's gonna be going down to the Gold Coast. And then be back in 2 weeks. It's been a long time since any of us last visited the Gold Coast. Visited, I should say.
That snake belongs to you. We could have avoided all this. Also, he escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here.
Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin?
But animals are not permitted on board. We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? Look, sometimes humans just don't cut it. But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom. Huh? Piroshko does not have venom.
Of course, because because Piroshko is a constrictor. They don't use venom.
He is harmless. Very long but very gentle. He's adorable, like Granny.
Well, I don't know about that.
It's venomous. Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you'll see a big smile. How long has it been since you last fed him? And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose. Inosuke. Like they say they milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Piroshko eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses. Oh, and that explains the giant piece of cheese on the big rat trap outside. So, is that what the mousetrap at the passageway out there's for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a belt cord. And it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Piroshko has nothing to do with this incident. For once, I'm inclined to believe this. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. I think we desolated a man tonight.
Miss Pavlova? I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you. Yoroshimasen. But
What are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident.
by Lemony Snicket? I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh? I'm only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable.
What? No, not again. When did he do that?
Especially as they're on your wrist as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Yes. Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will come clear. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Ooh, this track. Alright. I'll see what I can do. Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
So then, shall we begin?
Yes.
What we should ponder first was the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was... It was the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Hold it!
Wait! Let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it?
I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident.
Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Osogi could have left this message on the floor. That script, it's Russian, isn't it?
Yep.
Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. Garderobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language. Japanese in this case.
But maybe he was studying Russian. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast.
That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry, what do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There's no way that Mr. Osogi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death. Ah. Yes. Which means after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead.
That's not the only reason either. Neither. There's something else we found in Mr. Osogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there, if what Miss Pavlova told us was true.
What? So Susato-san noticed it too, then? Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident. In other words...
Yes!
What point are you trying to make with that evidence? I'm starting to see how Kazuma's death really happened. I think. Oops, I think that was wrong. I think that you're starting to see nothing of the sort. And that was the evidence to prove it. Ah ha ha! Alright, that was wrong. The absence of something you'd expect to find at the scene of an accident, or the presence of something you wouldn't. I see. I confess your rather languid I see doesn't fill me with confidence, Mr. Naruhodo.
Don't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe in you. Well, more than Mr. Sholmes does anyway.
Yes, it's starting to take shape now. proves this was no accident.
Yes!
No, I was thinking too hard. Okay.
This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor.
But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. I don't know about that. Now that I think about it. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Oh, of course! I completely forgot about that. Silly me.
Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket? Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no!
Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asogi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth. In order to cover up his or her own guilt. Their own guilt.
Yeah! Yes, there was someone else present in Mr.
Hold
Asogi.
it!
You are wasting time. Someone else was there? Ah, of course, we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out. Oh, yes. And the only other person in cabin when young student died was you.
Yes!
Hi, kiddo. It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details.
Would you mind?
Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. In an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I'd been asleep in there the whole time. The entire time. And then, the same person picked up half of the broken glass bell that had fallen... Picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asogi really died. But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yes, well,
It was past 1 o'clock.